You were on mute.
Hey, Jasmine.
There you are. Okay.
Hey, this is Nina Brooks. How are you?
Good, Nina. Yes, I can hear you well now.
Good. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Hello,
cannot stay too long.
Hello. Is this
hello.
hi, is this Mireya?
Yes, this
Hi.
is her.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Good, good. How are things? Did you get home safe from work?
Yes, ma'am. I got
Okay.
here a couple of seconds ago.
Yeah, I do want to, because I know when I get off of work, it's like I want to like take a moment to breathe after dealing with all the traffic. Nina's with us right now.
Okay.
She just chimed in for a bit. I think she said she's going to be here just for a little bit, and then she'll just want to make sure everything was okay for you. Did you have
Yeah.
any questions before we get started? Because I know we probably were pressed for time. Um, if you had any questions that you'd like to ask of me, this I'm an open book, so whatever you like me to answer, I'll be glad to do that for you. We can get started
So
if you want.
right now, I do not have any questions, but I really thank you for taking your time and taking on this case, Cecilia's case, to raise awareness. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to the family and to us, for everyone who's involved, trying to discover her. So thank you.
No, thank you. I'm glad that you reached out to me. It's an honor to use my time for something that I love, that I know that it's worth its while. I have a passion about helping other people. Even though I have a very crazy schedule, I try the best I can to reach out to everyone, because, just for connecting just for like 5 minutes is can be so impressionable, and every little bit helps. So I thank you for reaching out to me. Thank you so much for letting me take on.
Thank you.
So did you have any questions for me before I did have the questions, give the questions to you in advance. If you had any concerns about them, um, this is your opportunity. You have control of this interview. So if you feel free or comfortable when answering some of the questions that I had provided to you, they're your choice to answer them or not. So this is your stage. You have all control.
Okay.
This is a safe space for you. And that's kind of pretty much what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring a place for you that you're able to talk freely and feel comfortable with me. So, and you have at any time that you feel like you're uncomfortable or you feel like you want to stop, you have that right. So if you have to leave, if you feel like I'm not the right person for you, you have every right to stop the interview. So, but I wanted to just kind of like, um, I guess, say a little bit about me, because I know that we are really pressed for time. But I located in Texas, so in Dallas, near Dallas, closer to Dallas, Texas. I've been here for about going on 8 years. I'm originally from Wisconsin, but I just found out that I have a lot of Afro-Indigenous. So being a third generation Mexican, my father is African American. And so I try to bring awareness to my family, like my extended family, the people of culture, the people of color, specifically anyone who is, you know, from the United States or from Canada. And I just like to bring awareness to them, because even though we are, even though we come from different lineages, we are all family. If it all comes down to that, we are all family. You're my sister, you're my aunt, you're my grandmother, you're my, so it's like, I have a connection with everyone. So I take the time out of my day. I'm an independent podcaster, and I am a mother of three. So
Mhm.
I try to put time aside for other families because I know that they need to have their voices amplified on my podcast. I'm a survivor. If you haven't heard my podcast, I am a survivor of sexual abuse by my father, and amongst other things. So first episode is actually about me. And there was a reason why I did that, because I want everyone to know the reason why I started the podcast. So I can ask a little bit about me if you had any additional questions. If not, we can probably get started. I know I talk a lot sometimes, but I just want to be
It's okay. I've never heard your story, but I am willing to hear it. After everything, I will go look up your story. I've never listened to your podcast. Till now that my sister's case is going on, that's when I started knowing about podcasts. I didn't even know. I've never heard any podcast before.
Mhm. Yeah, so I originally started as a radio DJ for a college campus in Wisconsin, and it turned into like a side hobby. And then all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I really enjoy connecting with people. It's kind of weird. I'm an introvert, but by profession I'm an extrovert. So I wanted to tap into other people who have the same drive and passion to find justice, or to find closure, or to find a way to open up a case, or to have someone look at their family, their lost loved one, and say, they matter. They mean so much to me. They should matter enough to be, looked into, to be brought into the spotlight. We don't want to forget them. That's my whole goal. I don't want loved ones to be forgotten. And that's happens a lot, especially with, people of color. So I had the questions. Did you feel comfortable with asking any of the questions? You can answer them if you want, or do you want me to ask you and then you can answer? It's whatever is comfortable
Yeah,
for
it
you.
will be great if you ask and I'll answer.
Okay.
Okay.
No
I
worries.
think it's easier.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Whatever is comfortable for you. Let's see. So some of the questions are not in order, but I usually ask if Cecilia has her pronouns or she, her, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so what do you, because I know that you are Cecilia's sister, and I know you're from a family of 7. What is who is the oldest, who is the youngest? And I guess the question is like, what do you think that Cecilia valued most in life besides, I know probably her being a mother, that's probably like priority number 1, her children. Um, so what are the things that she had in her life that she valued along with her children that was extremely important for her?
Well, for her, you know, the most important thing was her career. Like her nurse, she was working as a nurse in a nursing home. That was her whole life, like helping out people, older than her. And I think that's something that she experienced not for long, but that's something that we seen that she loved it.
That's beautiful. And she's been going for quite a long. Did she have her RN or CPN or CRN? I'm not sure what the abbreviations for certificates, or what level of nursing was she? Do you remember?
I think she was on the first level, if I'm not mistaken. She had just passed her medicine test
Oh,
because she
wow.
wanted to do medicine also.
Nice. That's beautiful. Oh, thank you for
Yes.
sharing that. So how can you, excuse me, how would you describe Cecilia's personality? I think, tell me a story about her, and what kind of brings out her personality. Can you describe Cecilia for me?
Yes. Well, she was a great person. She will always be happy. She was, I think, the fun one. I think that even though we had a bad day, she will make you laugh. She will call you and tell you, jokes and all of that. She was From all of us, she was the funniest one. I think you would never see her mad, to be honest. She would love helping each other. I mean, people that she didn't even know either. But she was the happiest person on earth. You won't literally see her mad at all.
So she had a she likes to joke a lot and make people
Yes, she
laugh
would
and
love
make
to
them,
joke.
yeah, that's awesome. I love when people do that. It's almost like they have such a passion and they have a connection with other people where they want to find ways to make everyone else happy, to make them feel good. I love people who are like that because those are the best people in our lives. They make life even better for us.
Yes,
Uh,
even in my worst moments, I think she will be the only one that would, change my mood and everything. She will like tell me everything will be okay. Like I mentioned before, she will come up with some things that literally will make you forget your bad day. You know what I mean? Like she was awesome.
mhm. Yeah, absolutely. She sounds like she's a wonderful person.
Yes.
Now I know that this is probably a very um conflicting or probably an emotional question. So please let me know if this is something that you prefer not to talk about. But I know that Cecilia did have a significant other in her life at the time of her disappearance. Um, but if you feel comfortable talking about that person, to bring that into the conversation, we can. If not, um, we can talk about stories about her family. How are they holding up? How are the children holding up? And I believe that someone is it Margie that has the children, or is someone who's taking care of, is it the family that's taking care of? How are they feeling right now with everything that's going on in the news? I believe um that he was just released a couple months ago, which just like blew my mind in regards to that. Um, so how is everyone holding up in regards to what's going on as of this year since her disappearance? How's everybody been holding up with this?
Well, it's been hard. It's been, to be honest, it's been hard for all of us. Imagine if it's hard for us that we're, older than the kids. It's been hard for them. Even though we take them to, therapy and everything with the psychologist, they still haven't got through losing their mom. I think at some point my my niece, she's the one that I guess she still holds hopes that she's coming back. She don't know 100% that my sister's gone. She thinks she's coming back. And it's something that it's really hard because it's hard to explain to her, especially when you're going through depression because you don't even have your mom. She was real attached to Ceci. Um, you know, Cecilia would literally take her everywhere. Like it was her only little girl. The rest of them are boys, but it's been hard for
Mhm.
all of them. The two oldest ones, they're with their father. So it's been tough on them too. But they have, you know, overcome a lot of stuff. After she was gone. So, but like I said, at this point, it's even myself, I still see a psychologist. It's something that you can't heal. You can, as time goes by, you still don't have closure to we'll find her.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. This yeah, I get emotional. I apologize. I have a emotional connection with people, so I feel people's pain. So just give me a second. Sorry.
It's okay. It's
Um,
okay.
because I mean, I have children of my own, and I just have the thought of like whatever whatever they're going through, it's gonna take them a while. Um, I'm just wanting to find her. That's one big thing that's really important for you and your family and her children is to find her. And that's my goal. I want her name to be out there and people to look for her and to help you, um, you know. find her. So thank you for answering these questions for me. Can you tell me, I guess maybe to try to have a different part of the like a uplifting spirit. Can you tell me some like funny story about a time that you spent together or something in regards to like a favorite story at when you guys were children to kind of show a nice the side that you're saying that she's funny and she likes to make people like laugh and make them feel better. Can you tell me some like funny story or favorite childhood story about you and Cecilia?
I think the funniest story I've ever had of her is, when we were baptized. I think when we had a big party at a salon, and she was literally like in the front talking to everybody, like with the grown-ups, and like I mentioned before, saying jokes and all of that. She would literally make everybody laugh, and I think that's the best moments of my life when we were baptized, because I think that's the only time where we literally spend time together as brothers and sisters, because we did have a tough childhood, even though not a lot of people know, but our childhood was real tough. I think we went through a lot of personal things. I think that's why I literally understand you, why you made this podcast, because a lot of it represents me and my two sisters. We went through domestic violence. Also, we went through, personal stuff where, we were abused. You know what I mean? It's something that we don't really mention to everybody. It's something personal, but we did go through abuse when we were younger, so it's hard.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you could probably say a word of any type of abuse, and I've experienced it. Um, yeah, it's sexual, physical, emotional, psychological. I was married to a man who I've had concussions and fractured or bones and stuff like that. And so it's I know I've been there, and it's like that's probably what makes me even more fragile, but yet also strong because I have a connection with the people that I talk to. I understand, I've been there, and everyone has their own story, and I love to lift those people up because I see the strength in a lot of people who I speak with. And you're not the only person, and you shouldn't be your sister and your family shouldn't be hiding underneath a stone or under a bush. You should be amplified because this is a story that needs to be expressed. You need to let everyone know that you are warriors. You are strong women. You came from, you know, these hard times, and you're still going forward and you're still making a difference. And so I'm glad that we're able to connect because that's what I want. I want your um your strength to be seen, and I want other people to kind of like join in with your strength and help you because there's a lot of people who are like you and I who are wanting to lift each other up, and that's what I want. So I am so glad I was able to talk to you and have these questions answered about Cecilia. Now, what so did she ever discuss any big decisions that made an impact on her life, or that's something that um she was possibly planning on, like, people have like these short-term goals, these long-term goals. Did she have anything that she was going to be doing before her disappearance, that you were aware of, some big decisions that she was going to be making in her life?
Yes. She did tell my older sister Margie. She told her that her plans, she did have a big plan made before she, disappeared. She did tell her kids, she spoke with them. She set all of them down in the sofa and she spoke with them and told them that, she was planning to get a house. She was already searching for a home. Those were her plans. Get a home, and put surveillance camera everywhere, to get away from her husband. That's something big that she had literally coming up. She even saved money to do it. That's something that she was even happy about. She would speak to my older sister and she would tell her, you know what, it's coming. I'm leave, I'm gonna leave and I'm gonna take my kids with me. We're
Mhm.
gonna start a new life. That was her main goal.
Yeah, I think there's even study, a clinical study that women with children who are trying to get out of domestic abusive relationships between the time that they find out that they are with child to the point of ages of 5 years old children are the most vulnerable points in when if a mother is wanting to leave. That's the most crucial and dangerous part of leaving. I had a 5-year-old at the time too, and I had to have police involved and a restraining order involved, and being in Texas is like that doesn't seem like it works. Piece of paper can only do so much, especially with a person who thinks that he's above the law. Which happens a lot, especially when someone who's a very controlling person in a relationship. So that's a very, I am so proud that she made that step, because not that many women get to that point at all and they still continue to be in that kind of relationship. Um, I am I'm glad that she made that process and that step in her mind. Um, she showed a lot of strength and a lot of courage in doing that, especially for her children, um, and for herself, her safety. Um, I think, um, yes, please let me know if there's anything else. I think one of the other ones is, and I don't, I know it's going to be very emotional. I probably want to pass it up, but I guess the question is, if you knew Cecilia was to drop by and visit, what would be your ideal day in spending together? What would that look like?
Uh, it's it's hard to answer that question because ever since she started, dating Ray, everything changed. I think we would not see her often, so we couldn't even plan a day with her. To be honest, the last trip she made to Disney before she was murdered, I think that, that's something that I have regrets, not going with her. I received the last hug from her, and I think that, she was not okay at that point no more.
Mm,
Um, so if I could go back in time, I wish I would have gone to that trip. I think she was so happy. It was like a getaway from her, like getaway from her home. Um, that Disney trip was, I think something that she didn't do for years. Like that trip, I guess, made her feel the way she was really, that she was back then a happy person.
mm,
But we never knew that, that would all change.
yeah, that's that's one of the things that we can never we can never we'll never don't have like a crystal ball or anything like that. It's almost like every second counts in our lives. Um, and I'm glad that you were able to give her that last hug. Um, and she was able to smile, and like you said, it's probably one of the best moments that she had. Um, I'm glad that she had the opportunity to get that. I just I want to push to find her. Um, so if there is anything like links or GoFundMe or Facebook, I think Nina has also provided the links for her Facebook and some posters of her missing posters. If there's anything that you'd like me to add additionally to the story, I do have a lot of information that came from uncovered.com, very extensive timeline. I don't know if you wanted to add to that, but I believe I have about 8 more minutes for our call. I don't know if you wanted to just have any other questions that you might have that I didn't ask that you'd like to share.
I don't have, well, it's not a question, but I do, like, all I want to do is, get the word out there. That's the main thing. I think, like, at this point you mentioned before, her name hasn't gone viral. A lot of people don't even know about her. It's like, like she don't exist to me, because it's just a couple of people that know what happened to her. So that's my main goal. I just want to get the word out there. We want justice, and I think if we could be able to reach, the reward to go up, I'll be more than happy. Probably that could move a lot, if the reward goes up, someone could step forward. But all I want at this point is just to get her name out there. That's the main thing I want.
Okay. And that's what I'm here for. Absolutely. I am going to be doing everything that I can to have her voice and her name and her story out there. And I thank you for having this opportunity to speak with you, because this is something that was in dire need. I know for sure that once we get her name out there, she will be heard. Her story will be heard, and there will be justice. And that's my goal. So I'm so glad to meet with you today, and thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Thank you for reaching out to me and Nina. That means the world to me. I've tried to reach out to a couple of podcasts, but like I mentioned before, it's hard. It's hard when they don't reach back to us, and they say they don't. It's hard. Sometimes I think that people that they pay more attention to people that like people that been in the Navy or Army. That's what I think. I think they get the word out there more, or it just depends where you at, because here in Houston, I think a lot of people do get the word out there. It depends where you're at. San Antonio, I think they're real slow with with cases, and I've never seen them. They don't even contact us as they're supposed to. So that's something that really bothers me. So mainly because of that, I want to get her name out there so they could know that we have a lot of people supporting us and trying to find her.
Mm-hmm. Well, you have another person who is holding your hand, and I will be supporting you 120%. Whatever you need from me, you have my cell phone number, you have my email address. Just don't hesitate. I usually work late at night, so there's times when I actually am like texting and emailing people at 2:00 in the morning. I seem like I don't sleep, but I do. Trust me, I do. I just have so much going on. So I thank you again for taking this opportunity. And I do hope that we do stay in touch, because
Okay, we will.
yes, I want that to happen. And I will let you know in advance when I have edited the podcast. And I will have, what I do with all my guests is I provide the actual edited version of the podcast. You get to hear it firsthand. So I give I receive your blessing that everything is good before I release it to the public. Because like I said,
Okay.
this is your stage. This is your family. This is Cecilia's story, and I want to make sure that it comes with respect and honor, and to give her that give her that opportunity to have her voice come clearly exactly the way you want it to come across clearly. So, and let me know if there's any additional links or pictures that I can utilize for her episode. And I will, you know, I will use that, whatever you give me, links, anything that you need for the show notes. So like if you go in the podcast, they kind of give you a description of what the recording is about. And I can provide links of her Facebook page, poster, anything additional that you'd like me to share with the listeners. I will be glad to provide that to them. So under that information.
Okay. I'm gonna try to get some pictures where she was smaller. I think I should start off from there so they could know who she was then when she was small, and then we go from there to where she's already, where she's already big.
Absolutely. Whatever you want. And I have all my links to my podcast. I do the YouTube, so I actually do videos. I'm on TikTok, I'm on all of that. So if you are ever like come across anything that has my name on it, just click on it. It's me. If not, because I do a lot of other things too. I'm also a voiceover artist, so I actually do like commercials and stuff like that. So I'm all over. You see my name, you type my name, I'm everywhere. So but yes, please give me anything that you need me to provide to the listeners, and I'll be glad to share that because I want her voice and her name to be all in the lights, like literally in the lights, because she
Okay.
needs justice. So
Of course, I will be sending you her pictures, the ones I think Nina does have most of her pictures, the only one I'm missing is where she was, young, smaller, so that's the one I'm gonna try to get from my brother, and I'll send it out your way.
okay, beautiful, wonderful, and don't hesitate to ask any additional questions. I'm here.
I think that's it.
Yeah, okay. Well, have a wonderful evening, and thank you so much
You
again.
too. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it with the bottom of my heart. I'm praying to God, that this goes viral, and thank you so much. God bless you.
Yes, you too. Thank you. I appreciate
Thank you.
everything. You take care.
Take care. You have a blessed one.
You
Thank you.
too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you too, Jasmine. Thank you.
Bye, Nina.
Take care. We talk later. Bye bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Thank you.